Hey guys, so today we are gonna look into the production of a hip hop rap beat that I made. Um, this is the beat that I made it's almost a year ago since I've made this beat, but um, I'm just gonna show you guys the making of this beat so that you guys could get familiar with the production of a hip hop rap beat. So let's get into it. So the first thing you wanna do when it comes to starting a track is that you set a BPM that I don't know, you just need to feel it, I guess, or you could just go to Google and try to find I think it's find a hip hop song that you like and try to find the BPM tempo. You just type in the song and the tempo. For example, I'm looking for the tempo of Walk It Like I Talk It, the song by Migos and Drake. So the tempo was 146, but I'm using 128. I just kind of like the bounce that it gives to the track, so I'm just using 128. And make sure that this thing over here, I'm not sure what it's called, but it needs to be at 104 beat. It's basically most of the hip hop rap beats are on 104 beats, so just make sure it's like that, and it helps you line up your tracks. It's easier when it's 104. If it's on none, it will be really hard for you to line up those tracks. It moves like, it's kind of off. So make sure it's on 104, and just okay. All right, so the first part that we are gonna look into is the intro, obviously, but I'm gonna show you one by one. So this is the basic melody, the first melody that I chose. Usually I don't use loops. I'm not against loops or anything, but it's just I'll usually play it on a MIDI keyboard and record it, like chords and stuff, some random melodies, until I get something that I really like. But I don't know, this melody it's just, I don't know, I made this beat 1 year ago, so I don't know what I felt, so I don't know, I just used it. So this is the melody. Let's just play it and see. So that's kind of the first loop, and it actually helped me to build up the melody. It gave me idea for the layering of the next melody that I had to come up with, and I came up with this idea. Why is it okay, let's just try listening to this. Over here I've just used a VST plugin, so on the third so this is the VST plugin that I use. This VST plugin is called Expand 2, and this I got this for free actually, but I checked it on Google just now and it says it's $100, but I got it for free when I bought a MIDI keyboard. So I don't know, you could use any kind of stock plugins, to be honest, but I'm just using this. So I used this sound over here. I don't know why, but I liked it. I guess it goes good with the first loop. So that's kind of the second one, and the third layering that I made was another string, faster at X strings, the same VST plugin, but another sound. So that's the melody, and I actually made another one, but I made another layer, but I made it at last, I guess, when I'm almost done with all of them. I made another layer of melody. So this is a really subtle one, but I don't know, I don't know, it's all about being creative when it comes to layering your track with the melodies, you know. Try to be as creative as possible, and yeah, you'll get a good sounding track, I guess. So the next thing would be the drums, you know, the drums layer. Okay, I guess this is not the one. Wait, let me check. What is this? Okay, this is the strings. Okay, so the colored ones over here, see, the kick, snare, hat, and the bass. This is the drums section that I was talking about. So this is the most important when it comes to making a beat. Okay, I'll just show you guys the kick first of all. Okay, pattern. So the thing I did was I tried to come up with a, usually I do kick and snare at a time, so I must have come up with this idea when I'm playing the melody, and I would have recorded, you know, recorded on the MIDI keyboard. So I would have pressed record and just try to see. I'll just show you guys me playing the notes on MIDI. So you could just look at this side, this panel over here, and so you could see me playing it on the MIDI keyboard. So you could just record it, and the snare. So let's just hear what I've done over there. Okay, this is a really basic sounding beat over there, but it's going well, you know. It goes well with the melody, so I guess it's all right. And the next thing is the hi-hat. So find a, okay, I almost forgot it. Find a good sounding kick, you know. Okay, I almost forgot about it. So the sample packs that I'm using is Cymatics. There are a lot of sample packs that you could download, but I've used the Cymatics 2020 Dark Melody Loop. So this is probably on this folder over here. And the kick, so the kick sample is Sweden kick. I'm not sure where it is, but somewhere in here. You just have to look for the ideal kick sound and the snare. So this is from the Post-T pack. So let's just look into the Post-T pack. Post-T psychotic snare. Okay, just one shots, snares, and where is it? Psychotic snare. So this is the one. So just layer it. And another important thing when you're doing this, you'll have to adjust the um, notes according to the key, you know. So okay, I'll make it easy. So this melody loop is in A minor, right? So if you're gonna make it in A minor, everything has to match. Okay, everything has to match the key. So I don't want to get really deep into the music theory, but try to if you're making A minor, making a song on A minor, just try to search for Google Notes on A minor. A minor scale. Yeah, A minor scale, and you'll get these notes. Yeah, so basically it's a C. It's C in the it's similar to the key of C, but it's A minor, you know. It's just the relative scale. So there are these notes, so make sure that you sync this key over here, because normally it would be C. Okay, so look at the note of the sample, the default note of the sample, and just left click, I think. Yeah, left click on the note. Okay, so C, D, and D sharp. So this is the note, and when you're programming it, when you're placing it on the piano roll, when you're you'll have to check whether it's on key. Okay, so that it would sound better. If it's off key, snares, mostly drums and snares, it won't be really significant. The changes won't be really significant, but it's better to just follow these steps, so that you won't make mistakes when it comes to your melody, building up your melody. So that's all, I guess. So we'll just head. Okay, Cobra closed hi-hats, same from the schematics. I just picked a random hi-hat sound and made a pattern with it. So basically that's it. And the next part would be the bass. So when it comes to bass, this is a really tricky one. You're gonna look for a normally hip-hop music would use 808s. So you look into the posty hip-hop sample, and there's a file called 808s, and over here I have used the posty congratulate. So this one I have used this 808. So yeah, okay, the most important thing when it comes to 808, you're gonna do a thing which is different from programming other things, where you'll have to go to the envelope, and you'll have to input these settings, you know. You'll have to pull down delay, attack, and push the hold to the maximum, and you'll have to create a box kind of envelope, so that it would be easier for you to play it on the MIDI, you know. I'll just show you guys playing it on the MIDI. As you can see over here, I'm playing the notes individually on the MIDI keyboard. Yeah, so that's all for the drums part, I guess. Yeah, that's it actually. So we'll just try to play only this part together and see how the outcome is. Okay. We are now having a melody, layered melody, and a full drum sound. Drum section is complete. So the next important part when it comes to completing a track is obviously the layering. You'll have to find some random sounds, random percussion sounds, random build-up sounds, rises, impacts, so that it would make the track even more interesting, and it would make it sound good, and speaking about layering, we'll have to sometimes we'll have to reduce the amount of melodies or amount of drum section, so that it would make the whole track more interesting. It's just about building up. Look at this part over here. Okay, it's like a lot more quieter compared to the second part, and the third part is getting more louder, which is actually building up for the drop over here. So this is the drop over here, this is the drop, and these are all the building up parts. So intro, starting with the intro, and the melody build up, and the percussion build up, which ends up in the drop. So the second part of the track would sound somewhat similar like the first part, but you're not gonna cut off all the drums, obviously, and try to layer it with more melodies. This is the reason why I made this melody over here, this melody over here. So yeah, I just wanted to layer it with another new sound, and the usual build-ups. I'll just try to show you guys what are the build-ups. Okay, so over here, this is like a normal vinyl crack kind of sound. So let's just play this. Okay. Yeah, so this is some random sound to just make it sound better, that's all. So these are the most important things, these kind of impacts, I'll just try to. So these kind of impacts makes the track really interesting, and surprising elements like the percussion. Yeah, it's all based on your creativity. You just need to play around with your creativity and try to make it sound unique. It's no point there's no point in sounding like all the other artists. You just try to create something new, I guess. So over here we are really close to approaching the drop, so let's just listen to this part. Okay,
drop it.
So that's it actually. So let's listen to it.
Drop it.
So it just makes the whole thing even more interesting. That's the word, I guess. These are the things that makes the beat, the track interesting. See over here, you just need to layer it with more and more more and more elements, unique elements, so that it wouldn't sound really bland. yeah, so that's all, I guess. You just need to learn how to layer, I guess. It all depends on uh, your creativity. I can't teach you how to layer a song. You just need to listen to your favorite artists beats and try to recreate them, you know. That is the first part of producing. Beginners need to recreate something so that they can learn the process. So we are approaching our next part, which is mixing. When it comes to mixing, I'm not the best, but I'll try to show you guys the um, basics, you know, the fundamentals. So the fruity limiter is nothing. This is on we are on the master track. So fruity limiter is basically, it'll be present there. You just don't mess with it. It's just to reduce the loudness, I guess. It's to maintain the loudness, not too loud. It's just to limit sound. You go. And the sound goodizer, let's just try listening to the drums, you know. Let's just try listening to the drums without sound goodizer. So I have switched off sound goodizer on the master. I have, yeah, this is my setting, and you guys could obviously hear the difference. And you know, reverbs and stuffs. Okay, reverbs. So I have put on a reverb for the melody loop over here, I guess. Yeah, so melody loop over here. Let's just listen to the melody loop with reverb, without reverb. It just makes the melody loop even better sounding, you know. It gives it a little bit of character, I guess. And you could play around with delays. Mostly it's all about reverbs, delays, and EQs. These are the three basic things when it comes to mixing. So you just try to play around with your mixing skills. If I'm gonna go a lot detailed on mixing, it's gonna take a long time. This video is gonna be a little too long, so I'm just gonna show you guys the basics. So the bass, okay, the bass is the most important thing when it comes to making this track really good sounding. So I'll show you guys how to mix the bass. Okay, okay, so it's on the 5th track, and basically this is a really good sounding bass. You know, yeah, this one. So there's not a lot of things that I would have to change about it. Just EQ it. Most of the sounds that you choose need EQing, you know, because they'll be all over the higher frequencies. So bass is mostly focused on lower frequencies, so you'll have to cut out the higher frequencies which are disturbing or clashing with the melody, because most of the melodies, okay, let's just check over here. The first one I've used, okay, Maximus. I don't know why I've used that. Okay, I tried. Okay, I'll just try the second one, the second track. Okay, this is the second track, I guess. Wait, I'll just check. No, this is third. Okay, so I've put on some delay and reverb, but the most important thing when it comes to EQing, you'll have to cut down on the lower mids, lower parts, lower frequencies, and the lower mid frequencies, because these parts, you know, the melodic parts of the song needs to be on the higher end of the frequency. So unlike the bass or the kick, the bass and the kick needs to be on the lower part, you know. Okay, let's just check out the kick. Okay, I'm not sure which track is that, so okay, the second one. Look at this. I've cut down all of the high frequencies so that it sounds good. I didn't want to cut down all the mid because it kind of distorts the, yeah, it sounds different, you know. See, you can't cut it too much. Just mixing is all about using your hearing to make the track sound good, better. So yeah, just try to play around with EQs. I personally like using, where is it, I personally like to use this EQ, Fruity Parametric EQ2. You could use the Fruity Parametric EQ, the first version, or you could use some other plugins, you know. You could buy some, you can get some plugins. I think there are a lot of great plugins in Isotope. So yeah, I actually have no problem with this EQ, and stock plugins are quite good, I guess. I've never used Isotope, but I'm alright with these reverbs, delays, the delay banks, you know. Wait, I'll show you. Okay, this is the delay bank, and you could just mess around with it and try to bring the sound that you want. That's it. There's nothing much actually to explain. Automations and pannings. Okay, I'll just try to make this as easy as possible for you guys to understand. Okay, let's just take these things. Okay, these two tracks for example. Okay, these also. Okay, what I've done over here is I've automated the volume over here. Okay, so you'll get a separate track like this, and you'll have to just mess around with the volume, you know. I wanted this sound to fade out gradually, so I made this graph kind of thing go down, you know. It gradually fades out the sound. So yeah, that's it. Okay, when it comes to panning, you could pan, you know, what I've done over here. Which one is panning? So this is a volume multiplier, I guess. This is a volume multiplier, and this is a panning, panning offset. So we'll have to just go to the automate and panning, just create a panning section. I'll show you guys. Wait. And try to pan wherever you want, from left to right or right to left. You'll just need a pair of headphones, so that it'll be better for your mixing. This is all part of mixing, you know. This is not the fundamentals of making a beat. This is all part of mixing and making the track more interesting and more better sounding. So see, I've used panning over here. It's all about getting creative, you know. This is making a beat is a creative process, and you just try to make it as interesting as possible. That's it. You could also make, okay, what I've done over here is, okay, let's just hear this sound without yeah, this is the graph for EQ, where you could get it from. Wait, I'll show you. Okay, where's the sound? Okay, this is the one. So what you do is you open up a EQ, and you'll have to automate it. The way you automate it is by going here and create an automation clip over here, and it will give you a graph kind of thing like here over here, which is gonna make a difference because I wanted this to be a little quieter, not really loud, overtaking all of these sounds. So I just made it go to the lower part, so you could obviously listen to the changes. When I turn off the graph, it'll sound more vibrant. When I switch it on, it's gonna be mellow, a little mellow. Yeah, so that's what I've done over here. So almost everything is done. I'm gonna show you guys the results. Okay, let's just go for the results. Okay, I'm not gonna play the whole track over here. I'm just gonna play the most interesting track. If you wanna listen to the whole beat, just go. I'll just drop a link in my description, and you guys could listen to it. But I'm gonna make this video as short as possible, so I'll just play the most interesting part. Okay, this is the build up and the drop, so I'll just play
Drop it.
This is actually a really decent sounding track. I made this a year ago, and I didn't expect it to sound this good, but I've mixed it fairly good, I would say. So you would have listened to the empty spaces over here. I made it empty over here. I made it cut it short. Actually, it's longer. I cut it short because it creates a really interesting, it creates a pathway for the drop, and these sounds make it even better. These vocals,
Drop it.
So just trying to come up with some new ideas. That's it. Be creative, and you'll come up with some great beats, I hope. I guess this video is not really long. I'm gonna try to end it over here. If you guys want to listen to the whole track, you just go to the description box. I'll drop the link down there. Just listen to it and try to recreate it or something. I have a bunch of other tracks. If you listen to this track over here that I've made, it would sound really, really bad compared to this one, the track that we've made. So that is because my mixing skills back then was really bad. This is the one of the first beats that I've made. It would sound terrible, but the idea will be there, but it's just the mixing, it's really bad. This is a really good one that I've made, and after that it's fairly good. It's been 7 months since I've made a track. I've uploaded a track. I constantly make a lot of tracks, but it's just not upload worthy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so that's it, I guess. You have a hip-hop rap beat right now, so try making a beat. Subscribe, like, and share. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm kind of awkward. This is the first time I'm making a video, so you guys had to bear with me. So I don't know. I guess that's all. If you guys want to know anything more, just drop comments and stuff. I'll try to make a video on the topics that you guys want to know about. So that's all, I guess. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.